Hey everybody, welcome to Easy Tarot Lessons. This is Squirrel and I've got Mandy with me today and a special guest. Mandy's daughter Gretel is with us and this is her first time looking at the tarot with us. So she may see things that Mandy and I never dreamed of seeing. Really exciting about this, really excited. Because it is oftentimes those people that come with those fresh eyes that open our eyes up even further. So,
Yeah.
today we're going to be doing the Queen of Pentacles. Lucky her, huh? And I'm going to let Mandy start us off so Gretel can see just what we're doing here.
Well, hi.
Hi.
Hi, Gretel.
Hello.
Gretel she does know this, that the Queen of Pentacles is at the moment and has been for a while my favorite tarot card. I just think she just warms my heart, this energy of this card. I love her. I think she's practical, she's caring, she's nurturing. It's kind of like if you've got the Queen of Pentacles kind of casting her magic over something, it's going to do well. It's like she knows how to care for something properly, to look after something properly, so that it kind of grows into something more. And no, I just think she's absolutely wonderful. I love her. So yeah, and there's, she's surrounded by nature, she's surrounded by healthy things, she's going to make all the right choices, absolutely. And she's very grounded, and she's very kind of the same as the other pentacles. She's in it for the longevity of something. It's not a quick fix. It's to kind of like she's looking at the bigger picture, and how something will last. That's
Yeah.
how yeah.
I love the way that pentacle, almost the way she's holding it and the size of it, almost looks like a mother lovingly holding her child, a baby, a
Oh yeah.
newborn.
Yeah.
Yeah, all her attention is right there to make sure that it's all right.
Yes. Yeah. And it really is just it's just putting all your efforts into something that you genuinely care about, um and doing the best possible job that you can do to kind of, to look after that thing properly, and to see that thing grow into sort of, the best version of what it could be. So that could be a project. It could be a baby, but it could literally be a project, a piece of work, a cake that you're baking, anything.
That garden she's been building.
Yeah. Yeah. Making our house nice,
Yeah,
anything.
and she does it all lovingly.
Yes. Yes, she does do it lovingly. She doesn't do it, even though she's the Queen of Pentacles, I don't believe she's doing it for personal gain. I think she's just doing it for the greater good. I really do.
Well, a lot of people get confused when they see pentacles. They automatically apply it to material gain. I'm so glad you said that. But this is anything material that has value to you. This could be your
Yeah.
family. I mean, they're not ethereal. They're material. You can touch them. You can kiss them. You can, or not material, but of the earth.
Yeah.
It's of the earth. It could be your farm, it could be your land, it could be anything that you value.
Yes. It can be yourself as well.
Oh,
Your health,
damn.
looking after
Yes.
looking after yourself, you know, just doing the right things for yourself. What do you think, Gretel?
Um, well, obviously, I don't really have much experience within the tarot, but from you talking about the Queen of Pentacles quite a lot, she is very motherly, and I think it's a really beautiful tarot card. Hence why I want it as a tattoo, because I think that it shows a lot of. There's no hate in this tarot card. There's nothing that like has any wrong. There's no wrong within it. She's she's just full of love, and she's very motherly, and I don't know, to me it kind of portrays my mum, because
Aw,
she takes care of me. So it's kind of, it's it's just a very motherly and caring tarot card, and I just think it has a lot of love within it.
that is beautiful. You okay there, Mandy? Oh, wow. First time I've ever heard
Yeah.
Mandy speechless.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, it's a very hard job being a mother. It's got to be the hardest job in the world. And all you can do is do the best that you can possibly do. And that is what the Queen of Pentacles is all about. I mean, she really will kind of, she will do the best that she is capable of.
And even though she's outside, she's still managed to find some shelter. You know, those roses above
Oh, yeah.
her.
Yeah.
She's still making sure that everything she cares about is protected from the elements.
Yes.
So it doesn't matter what situation she's in, she's going to find a way to nurture and care for and make sure that whatever it is she's focused her attention on is going to thrive.
Yeah. Yeah. No, she's lovely.
I love the lushness of the land, the beauty of the garden, the clothes she wears, the little bunny, the goat. I mean, everything just screams of fertility and perpetuation. That this will not go away.
She's very practical as well. I mean, even though all of the queens are sort of quite static in that they're all sitting, this she is a doing queen. She actually she actively does what needs to be done in order for this to happen. It's not just wishful thinking, and it's not. I don't want to say just knowledge, because knowledge is very powerful, but she actually kind of like she does it. She does the job, what needs, whatever it may be.
Oh, if she didn't, that wouldn't be a nice, neat canopy above her. That would be
Yeah.
thorns growing all the way down to her head. Can look at it and see that she's the one who put the care and the work into the garden. She is not afraid to get her hands dirty.
Absolutely. I mean, I do see her as being quite creative. It's like um, everything around her exists because of her and what she's done and what she's invested into it, and she's valued it, and it's paid off.
And see, I love the way you saw creativity. A lot of people are going to say, but that's an earth card. Water and wands are creative. No, all of these can be creative. And I see a creativity to her too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now,
And maintenance as well. Things have to be maintained. If you just leave things, um, they will start to deteriorate. So to keep the kind of quality of things going, you have to constantly, invest time and energy and care into them.
Gretel, do you see anything? Does anything draw your eye or does anything catch your attention in particular on this particular card?
Um, the rabbit.
The rabbit. And
Yeah.
what does the rabbit make you think of? And don't worry, we're not going to say no, you're wrong. We're just curious to see what the rabbit makes you think.
Well, in this tarot card, the rabbit isn't very noticeable. Like it's in the corner. It's quite small, but I think it's one of those things. Like I don't that rabbit wouldn't be in the tarot card if it didn't like the Queen of Pentacles, and it's like it's it's to me it's like every little thing around her loves her. I don't. That's what I see. I just see that if the rabbit wouldn't be there if it didn't love her, and it's in the tarot card because she obviously is taking care of that rabbit. Like, yeah.
I like that. I never looked at it in quite that way. I just, you see something so long. like 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 we do, and you just kind of automatically give it, okay, that's fertility. But you have a really good point. No other card has a rabbit, and that rabbit would not even be that close to her because that could be a wild rabbit. Excuse all the sirens. I don't know what's going on. But that rabbit would not be in the card if it didn't love her and she didn't care for it. Good point.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
that's one of the best things to do is to study with someone who doesn't have that, you know, deep knowledge that has always been looking at this card because it helps you pull your head out of your butt and see something different.
yeah. I don't think I've ever mentioned the rabbit ever, and this is my favourite card. So yeah,
And that just
yeah,
it validates that everything you said about that queen. That was
yeah.
perfect. Thank you,
And
Gretel.
and also her that green sort of veil thing that she's wearing. It kind of it's almost like connects her to the earth, doesn't it? It kind of blends in with it at the
It's
bottom.
like it looks like a waterfall.
It does.
It does. That's one thing, Marty. Uh, one day I just randomly asked him. I took out the Empress and the Queen of Pentacles, and I said, "What do you see in these two cards that they have something in common?" And he said they both have water, and I was like, "No, they don't." Yes, they do. I
Yeah, it
had to
does.
look really close. But the Queen of Pentacles has that river behind her. Never ever saw that before. And the Empress has a waterfall behind her.
Wow. Yeah. And if you were looking at this card not as a person, but just as an energy, so as an event, or just as a flavour, how would you see it, Sharon? I just wonder how Gretel sees it as well. If you forget that it's an actual person.
Well, one of my favorite games to play when we're doing court cards is I tell everybody that the Obamas are moving into my little trailer park over here, and Michelle and the president or the former president are going to be my neighbors, and I want to throw a party for them. So what kind of party would I throw with the court card I got? And if I got the Queen of
Uh,
Pentacles, I would say a small, intimate, tasteful, party where we make her feel comfortable and accepted. Nothing big, nothing wild, just something small, outside, and welcoming.
what about you, Gretel? If you were not describing it as a person, but as a feeling, as a theme.
Um, I'm not sure. I want to hear what you would describe it as, and then
Okay. So I would go with nature. So I might kind of like have the party in a forest or something, you know, and just everything being very, very kind of natural, like maybe like organic vegan food, that kind
Ooh.
that kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause we
Just
wouldn't want to eat that rabbit.
no. Oh, sorry. Yeah. No, I would just sit very natural, very healthy, very very kind of appreciating Mother Earth and all her offerings, you know.
Nice.
yeah, I would have to agree with that one. Yeah, I think she. I don't know. That was a hard one.
It also you could maybe go into something like pottery or making things with earth, with clay. Do you know what I mean?
Ooh,
Something
yeah.
something like that as well.
Yeah, I never saw that before either, but
No,
that's
I haven't.
I love that. You know, 'cause you'll get somebody coming up to you and saying, "What can I do to what kind of hobby should I take up? What will fulfill me?" And that would be a great answer for that card.
There's all sorts of things within it.
And Gretel, you're doing great. This is your first time doing this at all, and I, what we just did was a little bit advanced, and with a court card no less. Court cards are the bane of a lot of people's existence, but you've done wonderfully. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Well, that was great.
Yeah, it was. It was. Oh, one last question. As a
Yeah.
reversal,
Okay. I would always feel a little bit gutted if this one came up reversed, but I feel that no matter how hard she's trying, her efforts are not quite paying off.
yeah,
It's kind of like she'll keep going out and watering the garden or whatever, but it's just not quite working.
In
Oh,
reverse, it's infertility, isn't it? It can symbolize
it could do.
infertility.
Yeah, it really,
absolutely,
yeah.
absolutely. Uh, I would see it right at this moment as too overprotectiveness, or it could be simple as don't overwater the poor plants.
Yes. Yeah, or it could be an infestation of rabbits.
There's
Yeah.
something you can plant. I can't remember what it is. I'm going to have to look it up and put it in the comments. But there is something you can plant to keep all the daggone rabbits out of your garden instead of having to hurt them.
Okay. But I just also feel that if it comes up reversed, because it is such a lovely energy, I just feel that it's potentially got the qualities of the upright version, but much more work is going to have to sort of go into it to kind of like see the results. It's going to be, it's going to just take longer than you would have hoped.
Absolutely.
That kind of thing.
Yeah. And twice in my life, and I hope to never see it again, but twice in my life I've seen it as a woman who has lost her child.
Oh,
And it's brutally devastating.
yeah.
But both situations, the women weren't allowed to talk about it. Nobody wanted to hear about it anymore. They're done. They're gone. And both situations, it gave them the opportunity to tell somebody how they felt,
Right.
and it meant a lot to them that
Okay.
that they were able to express their grief, even if it was 10 years later, 20 years later, 30 years later. They felt like they had an open door. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you see something horrible like that, infertility, that's a hard one to
Yeah.
swallow.
Yeah.
Being able to talk about it, being able to have somebody not say, let it go, you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
allowed to feel this grief is
Yeah.
amazing.
Yes, absolutely. Wow.
So, and in with what Gretel just said, if they know there's an infertility problem, they can go to the doctor to see if it can be corrected, or they can explore the option of adoption.
Yes.
Yeah, all of these are very important things to be able to see and say.
Well, yeah, and if you were doing a reading for someone that was about, am I ever going to get pregnant? If that's what the reading was about, and she came up and she was in reverse, you'd have to be honest with the person, wouldn't you? That it could take them a while to get pregnant. It might be something they need to kind of like get checked out.
Yeah, they may need help, or that could be one great big fertility pill in her lap.
Absolutely, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
absolutely,
Instead of giving them false hope and false information, let them know that they have other options to explore, and that,
yeah,
they might need help. Of course,
yeah.
if you're just, hoping to get pregnant out of the blue, you need help anyway. But if you actually got somebody working on it with you,
Yeah, no, she is very much the mother card. So yeah, that coming up in reverse in an appropriate reading where it's about motherhood. Yeah,
exactly.
you would have to kind of like you said, Gretel. the infertility thing could be suggested, or some degree of difficulty with getting pregnant. Yeah.
Upright though, she gonna
Yeah.
stay pregnant. That's like, oh, you ain't gonna have no problems, darling, in the proper context. And I'm glad you said that, because context is everything. If you're reading about a career, unless a pregnancy is going to stop the career and she's gonna not work anymore, you wouldn't want to talk about pregnancy or
Yeah.
motherhood. It's a career reading.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
this has been wonderful. Thank you, Mandy. Thank you, Gretel. I really
Pleasure.
appreciate you. Huh? Did you? No, it's Gretel.
No, I'm Mandy. Yeah, I said it's a pleasure.
Oh, I
But
thought you
yeah.
you said
No,
no, it's Gretchen. I was gonna say, wait a minute.
we said the same. Yeah. Did you enjoy that, Gretel?
Yeah, I did. Thank you for having me.
Oh, it was a blessing. I appreciate y'all's time. I loved today. And anybody, if you have any suggestions of what she might mean, or any comments on readings that you've had with her, let us know. And really, 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 as you could see with Gretel showing us, what she said about the bunny and what she said about the infertility, it's just genius. She's looking at the pictures and saying what she sees. She's already off to a good start. Thank you, ladies.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye for now.
Bye bye.